Hey, welcome to the Climber Dad channel. I really appreciate all of the support that you have been giving me. Something really exciting just happened the other day, and I was paid for the very first time for doing these videos. It was really exciting, and it was through the Amazon affiliates. So I have had a donation to the channel, which I'm super grateful for. Thank you, JD. I really appreciate that. And then through the Amazon Associates program, the links down in the description down below, if you follow those links, it will actually give me a little bit of credit when you purchase something. And those add up over time, and I was able to get paid. So between that, I'm going to figure out how much money I've made per hour on this so far and get right back to you. Okay, so let's see. With that out of my channel, I have made the equivalent of 4 cents per hour. So, I hope that just shows you that I'm not doing it for the money, although it would be really nice to be able to get some of the time back that I've invested into this channel to be able to support my own personal family. That would be absolutely amazing. So I'm going to throw some cool Amazon links down below. If you have something that you want to buy on Amazon, just click on that link and then go buy whatever you're going to buy, and hopefully that gives me the credit. And hopefully it'll be something cool in the link down below that I'll throw in there and that you'll want to buy. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about the progression that I've had through the climbing gym industry. One of my subscribers just mentioned that I really haven't done a good intro on who I am. Who am I? And that's unfortunate. I don't want to be just a talking head. I want you to be able to feel like you know me. So I started climbing in 1995. For some of you, that was a long time ago. For some of you, that may be before you were born. This is when I started climbing. I was introduced to it through the scouting program, absolutely loved it, fell heavily in love with climbing and what it can offer you. To me, it wasn't really an athletic, competitive atmosphere that I was going after, more of a personal gains and understanding what you were able to do and going out there in this different atmosphere that you are normally in. And it really helped me out. I soon learned that people were building these indoor climbing walls, and there were some sparse gyms around the country, definitely nothing like it is today. And I decided to take an old greenhouse that was attached to the side of my house at the time, used for nothing but storage, and build a little climbing wall out there. I was super, super poor, and this might be some of the positions that you guys are in and why you're so interested in learning how to make climbing holds, is because you just can't afford them. That was definitely my case. I started out with just 2x4s, scrap pieces, drilling a hole through that and bolting that to the wall. I did buy 2 climbing holds when I was in that high school area. And one of them is right here, this guy. This is a Metolius hold. I really love this hold. You can see there's a couple of chips on it. Because I didn't have that money, I just started learning how to make holds. And I started out with a box of sand that I would punch shapes into and pour whatever I could find. It actually started out with concrete and porter cement. That type of porter cement can make an okay hold, but if you make a hold out of porter cement, know that it's gonna break. Do not sell that or think that you can sell that type of hold, because it's gonna just eventually it's gonna break. And you have to design into the hold itself enough girth for it to have strength. And then I started making silicone molds with a silicone caulk and using Bondo. And this is one of my old first shapes right here, super basic. But I used this as a test piece. So I would use different materials and I would put it in this mold that I made using silicone caulk and bolt it up on the wall. And there was one time I was using some stuff called rockite, and it's a type of Porter cement. I set the rockite up in this, made a nice little hold out of it, pulled it out of the mold, bolted it up onto the wall where I had a 90-degree angle, perfectly horizontal roof. And it had not even cured a day. And I was hanging on it. And I started to weight it and I was going, yes, it's holding! And it snapped right at that moment. But I was still just so excited. And to this day, when I go into a hardware store and I see a box of rockite, it puts a smile on my face. So a couple of years go by. Actually, maybe not even a couple of years, maybe just a year. It's foggy on the timeline. But there was a graphics artist, a visual graphic artist. He'd done a lot of work with Hollywood for commercials, special effects guy. Moved into my hometown. And he started to mentor me on how to create these graphic effects, these 3D shapes. And I got really good at it, I think, anyways, that afterwards, in the year 2000, I felt like I was good enough to start a company. It's called Vertical Stone. And I worked that for 3 months before I left to serve a mission for my church. And I never really started it back up. So this is one of those shapes. This is just a little screw-on hold, but I think it's a really good shape. It's pretty nice. And since that time, I have shaped as a hobbyist. So I've done a lot of shapes, not a whole lot of production, but I've used a lot of different materials. And that's my journey of where I'm coming from. I hope that helps you get to know who I am. Go ahead and comment down below. I will answer your questions and get to know each other. So thank you again for supporting me at the Climber Dad channel, and follow those links down in the description. I would really appreciate it. It's so exciting. I have made 4 cents an hour on YouTube. Wow. That's incredible. Such a good feeling. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time right here on Climber Dad.